When it comes to feeling your best, small habits matter more than you think because your brain responds to consistency, not intensity. So the tiniest daily rituals can create real change. And on today's video, I'm going to be sharing 15 little habits that I do consistently that help me feel like my best self. If you're new around here, my name is Carolina. I'm a holistic health coach here on YouTube, and I love sharing content to help people live a balanced lifestyle that helps them feel good inside and out. So if that sounds like something you're into, let's be YouTube friends. The first little micro habit that has made a big difference in my life is starting to drink spearmint tea. This is the one that I like. It's from the brand Traditional Medicinals. The reason spearmint tea is amazing is that it really supports hormone balance. Specifically for women, it can help decrease excess androgens like testosterone. It also has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, which we love, and it can also support more regular cycles. I think one time I was trying to buy peppermint tea and I bought this instead, and I just really like the taste. It's minty and kind of sweet. So I just started drinking it regularly while I watch a show with Pedro after we eat dinner. I usually have a little square of dark chocolate when I'm having it too, and I'll like put a little bite of the chocolate and I'll like take a sip of tea and the chocolate will melt in my mouth. And I just like started really looking forward to this ritual, and I've actually noticed a change in my menstrual cycle. Like I've been able to regulate my cycle pretty much, but I've noticed that it's even more regular now, and my luteal phase isn't as bad and my digestion just feels better. Also overall, just having a little warm cup of tea in the evening is a really nice wind down ritual. It can really calm you down before you go to sleep. One micro habit that I've stayed consistent with for over 3 or 4 years now is taking magnesium before bed every single night. I personally use the magnesium from Pure Encapsulations. I think the quality is amazing, and I do magnesium glycinate. So I take 3 capsules with water. It's probably the last thing that I do before getting into bed. And I have noticed such an amazing effect after doing this consistently for a while. There are 3 main ways I've noticed this has helped me. One is with muscle recovery. The second one is with sleep. It just has helped me improve my sleep efficiency. And then number 3 is it's really helped my bowel movements because magnesium glycinate, which is a gentler form of magnesium, can help calm down the nervous system, and then indirectly can also support smoother digestion, which has honestly been amazing. Overall, magnesium is something that most people don't get enough of from their nutrition. So it is one of those supplements that I say anyone could benefit from taking. Another tiny habit and micro shift that I love is adding electrolytes to my water. I used to struggle a lot with drinking water and remembering to drink water, and adding in electrolytes not only enhances your hydration, but it also can make your water taste really nice and adds a little fruity taste, which to me motivates me to drink more water and helps me drink it faster. Also, having a nice big water bottle that I carry around helps a lot. The water bottle that I use is a liter, I think. So I just aim to drink 2 of them a day. And at least for one of them, I try to add in electrolytes. This is my favorite brand. It's called Ultima. The easiest way I can describe it is it makes water taste like Gatorade. And it's just really yummy. Also, as I said, drinking electrolytes can support hydration at a cellular level, which can just help you maintain a steadier energy throughout the day without relying on more caffeine. If you have watched my channel before, you already know that I love this habit. And this is something that I not only do personally, but I also encourage all of my one-on-one inner growth coaching clients to do. And it is to write out affirmations and gratitudes. I specifically recommend handwriting because it stimulates your motor cortex, and that can help further imprint beliefs in your subconscious mind. And I really like the combination of affirmations and gratitudes because affirmations can help you reshape your mindset and create new powerful beliefs about your worth and your deservingness. And then gratitude can help you create and cultivate an abundance mindset, because even in a bad day, you can always find at least one thing to be grateful for, no matter how simple it is, even if it's just having a glass of water. Also, when you focus on what you're grateful for, your brain literally works better. Gratitude activates brain areas that are associated with pleasure and reward. So when you create a gratitude practice, that can help you foster a positive mindset, and that can then counteract stress and negative emotions. So usually when I'm having breakfast, you could also do this sitting in bed before you go to sleep. I just fill half a page with affirmations and half a page with gratitudes. And honestly, when I'm really consistent with this practice, I just start to notice how much better my life flows. Like, positive things just come to me more easily. It makes me feel like a true manifestation magnet. Like, it just feels like it activates that lucky girl syndrome, and I just love it. It's like a little life hack, and I really just don't gatekeep this because it's easily accessible and it's free. It's just amazing. So if you're someone who just like wants to start journaling and you want to do something good for your mind and for the story that you tell yourself about your life, try this out. Up next, we have swapping coffee for matcha. I just kind of tricked myself for years in my life that it didn't make a difference whether I drank matcha or coffee. But I also would start to notice that once I had coffee over and over, I would feel a little bit more bloated. My bowel movements would be a little bit off. I just would feel a little bit uneasy in my stomach. So I just decided to challenge myself back in March of 2025. And I was like, let me just test it out. Let's see how it feels to only drink matcha, and I haven't looked back. Once I switched over to matcha as my daily drink, I have noticed such an amazing shift in how I feel in my body and in my energy levels. I don't have that like subperceptual anxiety anymore, and I also feel way less bloated. Just overall, like, it's helped me reduce inflammation in my body. Also, over time, like, I've figured out how to make matcha in a way that I really love it. I make it at home all the time. I make sure to buy high quality ceremonial grade matcha. And the reason I love matcha is that it has antioxidants, and it also gives us steadier energy because it has L-theanine, which reduces that jittery feeling that you might get when you drink coffee. And it can also reduce cortisol spikes because the energy that you get is not so sudden like with coffee. It's a little bit slower and steadier. Also, another fun fact that I recently learned is that L-theanine directly stimulates the production of alpha brainwaves, which are associated with a state of relaxed alertness, similarly to what can be achieved through mindfulness meditation. So that can just help you maintain a calmer, clearer mind. And this past year was a year that I had to get real with myself about my anxiety. So this shift has just been so game-changing for me. Eating a protein-packed breakfast within an hour of waking up is one of those habits that has been completely game-changing for how I set myself up for the day, for my energy levels, and also for my hormone health and my menstrual cycle. Two of the most important hormones in our body are insulin and cortisol. Insulin helps us regulate our blood sugar, and cortisol is the stress hormone. And when we eat a balanced, protein-packed, fiber-packed breakfast, and we start our day off with that as our meal, it not only helps stabilize our blood sugar first thing in the morning and shape our hunger levels and our blood sugar levels throughout the rest of the day, but it can also help stabilize our cortisol levels, because within an hour of waking up, we experience our highest peak in cortisol. And if we're not fueling our body and grounding our body with food within that first part of our day, we can further increase our cortisol levels. And this is especially beneficial for women. I have tons of breakfast recipes all over my YouTube channel and also on my Substack. If you're looking for any recipe inspiration, I will have my Substack linked below. You can find my entire recipe archive on there, and there's resources for both free and paid subscribers, though paid subscribers get all of my exclusive posts. And another thing too that I would recommend if you're someone who's starting to implement breakfast as like a daily practice is keep your breakfast rotation simple. I personally rotate between 3 main breakfasts. It's either a loaded egg scramble with toast. Another one that I've been recently loving is 2 boiled eggs with some cottage cheese and avocado mashed on top of toast. Or I'll have a high protein yogurt, protein powder, berries, flax seeds, and that's it. Keeping a rotation like that can help reduce your decision fatigue and just help you stay consistent because you don't have to think too hard about what to eat. So that's another little pro tip. Number 7 is shopping the perimeter of the grocery store. I actually learned about this in my holistic health coaching certification program. Basically, when you go grocery shopping, if you focus on just the perimeter of the store, that will naturally lead you to where the whole foods are in the store. So vegetables, fruits, protein, dairy, that's where you'll find those things. So if you just start your walk in the store in that way, you'll already ensure that you get a lot more nutrients in your cart, and it can also decrease your impulse to buy highly processed foods that you'll find in those middle aisles. So usually when I'm going in that part of the store, I'm going for a specific thing, whether it's like canned chickpeas or a specific gluten-free bread that I want, or marinara sauce or a certain spice, versus when you're walking the perimeter, you can let yourself explore a little, try different things, you can reach for different vegetables, different fruits, focus on exploring a little more. This will also help you build balanced meals easier and faster, and it can just support your overall long-term health by improving your diet quality without increasing your overthinking. Walking is one of the best habits that you could implement in your life because it is free. And no matter where you are, whether you are traveling, whether you're home in the middle of your workday, you can find some time to go for a walk. And it's one of the most accessible ways of getting exercise in. Walking can boost your mood, it can support your metabolic health, it can also lower your stress hormones. It's a great moment to give back to yourself, to get some fresh air if you walk outside. Something I've also started to do is 2 times a week, I just go to the gym and I'll do a cardio day where I'll just walk on the treadmill on an incline for about 30 minutes, and I'll also do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. And I've just stayed really consistent with this because it has really supported my fitness goals specifically, and it's really easy to do. I use that time usually to myself to just read, watch some YouTube, respond to my friends, or just get small little tasks done. And it's honestly just a gentle form of movement that can increase your daily energy and just help you feel really good. If you're also going through it on a certain day and you just need some time to think, getting outside and going on a walk in any shape or format, whether you're listening to music, a podcast, or nothing at all, it's a really nice moment for you to think or for you to clear your mind and get out of your head and into your body. Another little tiny habit that I'm a big fan of is reading. Personally, what has helped me read more is 2 things. First is combining reading with something that I do often. So for me, usually that's reading before going to bed. That's like my number 1 time that I read. I also like reading when I'm on the subway or in like other modes of transportation except driving. If you like audiobooks, you could do it while you're driving. Also when I'm doing cardio at the gym. So when I'm walking on the treadmill or doing the Stairmaster. So pairing it with an activity that I do has helped a lot. And then also getting a Kindle. For me, that's been like the biggest game changer. I actually have the simplest version of the Kindle. I think it's about $70, I want to say, maybe a little bit more, but I'll link the one that I have in the description, as well as everything else that I'm mentioning, like the tea that I drink, the electrolytes that I use, any other products that I mention. The reason I like having a Kindle is that it's really small and portable, so it's easier to carry around in your purse. Whenever you're done reading a book, you can go to the Kindle store and you can download a new one, so it's faster. And what I specifically love is that when you have a Kindle, you can also have the Kindle app on your phone. So if you forget your Kindle at home and you're out and about, you can actually read on your phone. And that has helped me the most with staying consistent and reading books faster, because instead of scrolling or going on social media or like being in the subway, like trying to load my social media feed and getting frustrated because there's no Wi-Fi, I'll just read. That has been so amazing. I will say though, I grew up reading, but I think even just reading 5 to 10 pages a day or for like 10 minutes in a day, it can be just a nice little habit to add in. This is actually a big part of my personality, and I don't talk that much about books here on my channel, but if you guys want me to talk more about it, I would love that. But I love a mix of both fiction and nonfiction. I had an era where like 2 years of my life I only read nonfiction books, and then the beginning of 2023, I want to say it was, I was like, you know what, I need to make a change and just go back to fiction. I never looked back. I just love reading fantasy specifically, and also romance books, mystery books. It's just a way for me to disconnect a little bit from my reality, give my brain a break, and also entertain myself. I'm really passionate about this one. Also, if you guys have any book recommendations, drop them in the comments. Another micro shift for me that I absolutely love is spraying my bed every night with essential oils. The one that I use the most is this one. This is from the brand Now, and it's called Take a Zen 10 Aroma Mist. It has a mix of essential oils like lavender oil, orange peel oil, tangerine peel oil, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood. It's so nice. I'll just like spray this over my pillows like this. It just makes the room smell so relaxing. I can smell it now. It smells so good. It's a sensory cue that can help your brain associate your bed with rest, because when we incorporate scent, we further strengthen certain connections in our brain. So honestly, whenever I smell this, it just automatically makes me feel ready to rest. And it just makes my environment feel more soothing, more grounding, more supportive, and like a little more romanticized. Just a little small thing that makes a big difference in my sleep. The way that we take care of our home and our physical space plays a big role in how we feel. So keeping my space clean is something that's really important to me. And a little micro habit that I implemented and I try to stay as consistent as possible with is doing a 10-minute quick clean / organizing before going to bed, or like in the end of the night. So after dinner, I'll make sure to clean the kitchen and just put everything in the dishwasher. And then before bed, if I notice there's like a blanket on the couch, I'll fold it up, I'll put pillows in their spots, I'll just quickly tidy up. And this helps me wake up to a more organized and neat space, which makes my mornings feel better. It makes me overall happier and more at peace in my own space, in my own home. This can also create a sense of calm and peace, which can improve your sleep, can help you go to bed feeling more at ease. And essentially, you're just doing it for your future self. You're helping future you start the day off feeling more grounded and calm. And it just overall can reduce your cortisol and that feeling of overwhelm in the morning. An easy micro shift that you can implement in your life is swapping the lighting in your house for warmer lighting and more mood lighting. So instead of having really intense overhead lights, opt for different types of lamps all over. This not only creates a more cozy and relaxing environment in your house, it makes the vibes so much nicer. Honestly, I will give kudos to my partner Pedro on this because he's the light king. Like, he's picked all of the lamps that we have all over our house and it's made the biggest difference. Like, everyone always compliments how cozy and homey our apartment feels. But also when you have these lamps all over your home, whenever it gets dark outside, instead of turning on the overhead lights, we just turn on these smaller lamps. And this can help support our circadian rhythm, which is the daily hormone cycle that we go through that regulates cortisol and melatonin. So when you dim the lights in your house at night and you embrace this more moody lighting, it also helps your production of melatonin at night and can enhance your recovery and your rest and get you more set up for better sleep, and can reduce your blue light stimulation at night too. An underrated little habit that I've implemented in my life, specifically in the last year and a half, that has made me feel like a better version of myself, and it's also really increased my feelings of having a community, is asking people's names and trying my best to remember them. Whether it's at your regular grocery store, your neighborhood coffee shop, whether it's your doorman, your mailman, or someone that you interact with, see them on a regular basis, it just strengthens your feelings of connection and presence in your life. It makes your interactions feel more meaningful, and it can also help you feel more grounded socially. I will say, because I moved around a lot growing up, I didn't used to be the best person at remembering people's names, and what has helped me is keeping a little notes on my notes app called Names of Peeps. And whenever I would ask someone's name, whether it was like a barista at the coffee shop or a doorman or like the cashier at the grocery store, I would ask them their name and then I would write down a little note with their name and like a descriptor. So like short black hair or like ginger with glasses. And that has helped me so much, honestly. And so I started off doing that, and then that also then expanded to doing that with my neighbors, and in general doing that like when I go out to eat at a restaurant or I'm riding an Uber, I'll just ask people's names. And it can be just something so simple. Like if someone is taking care of you at a restaurant, like bringing your food, taking your order, just ask them their name. Let's say it's John. When they come back later, just like, thank you so much, John. It just helps life feel more human. And it's been something really special that to me has really improved my life. As someone who tends to think a lot, and as a type A, perfectionistic, overachieving oldest daughter, I love a good list. And I grew up my entire life doing to-do lists and trying to keep myself organized. But recently, I want to say it was within the last 2 years, I figured out a different way of doing my weekly to-do lists that works way better and keeps me mentally feeling better and just overall more organized and more efficient in the way that I go about my weeks. First things first, I don't call my to-do lists to-do lists. I actually call them to manifest lists because it just shifts the energy around the things that I want to accomplish. So I'm manifesting them. I'm not just doing them. And also just shifting that vocabulary moves you away from autopilot and into a little bit more intentional living, and can align your subconscious with what you want and what you're working towards towards instead of what you fear. So I just love that little subconscious shift. But more tangibly, what I do is I don't do a daily to-do list. I do a weekly to-do list. I do my to manifest lists on my notes app on my phone/computer. That's just easier for me because I have it accessible no matter where I go, as opposed to having a written out list. And also the benefit of doing these lists digitally is that whenever you think of something and you're like, oh, I need to go pick up the laundry, or I need to go call this person, you can just jot it down and it'll kind of sync no matter where you are. And on the notes app, you can use the little bubbles feature. So when you're done with that task, you can click it and it's like a little check. And I break things off into two sections, one that's personal, one that's work. And then under work, I also break it off into further subsections. Since I do content creation, I'll have organic content. And then for my brand collaborations, I'll have a smaller list for each of those brand deals. That just helps me keep organized. But the most important thing and how I've shifted my approach to my to manifest lists is that instead of just writing one massive to-do item, I break off a task into smaller subtasks. So for example, if I have to edit a YouTube video, I don't put just edit what I eat in a week video. I'll put YouTube, what I eat in a week, which is like the video of that week. And then under that, I'll put film, rough cut, add music, add text, make thumbnail, upload, etc. So I'll break it off because let's be honest here, I'm not gonna edit a YouTube video all in one day. It's gonna take me a few days. So even if in one day all I did was film, I can check that off and then I can feel like I at least accomplished something. Because I think when it comes to these lists, usually what leaves us feeling a little bit frustrated is the fact that we're not crossing it off and we're not getting that dopamine hit. So that's why I like breaking it up. And also what I do is I keep everything that I've checked off on the list until the end of the week. And I only reset my to manifest lists going into a new week. I want to be able to see my progress. And as someone that tends to put a lot of pressure on myself, it's really important for me to do this because this way I can actually visualize everything that I accomplished in a week. And I'll actually be able to look at my list and be like, whoa, I actually accomplished a lot. I manifested a lot of things, which is good for my mental health. So if you're also someone who likes getting your thoughts organized and having a plan of action, this can help you not only feel more organized, but also it can improve the way that you feel about what you're getting done and boost that dopamine of getting things crossed off. The last small habit that I live by is making my bed in the morning. It's the first thing that I do after I get up from bed. I'll get up from bed, turn around, put my pillows in place, put Pedro's pillows if I'm the last one to wake up, and just pull the sheets. It's a habit that takes 1 minute, and it not only creates an immediate sense of accomplishment and structure in my day, but it just sets the tone for my day to feel more organized and more intentional too. Even though I don't spend that much time in my bedroom during the day, it's a part of my home. So I like being able to walk into it and seeing it neat and in place and organized. It's definitely something I live by. It's something I've done my whole life. Pedro and I have this pact that whoever wakes up last makes the bed. And on days when he wakes up last, sometimes, not to put Pedro on the spot or anything, but he'll go and take a shower and get changed and stuff, and then he'll make the bed. And when I come into the room and the bed's still not made, there's just something inside of me that irks. And I'm like, please, can you go make the bed? It just is something that really makes me feel good and sets the tone for how I feel. So if you don't make your bed in the morning, try it out. Try staying consistent with it. It takes, as I said, 1 minute, and it can make a big difference. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful and just giving you some inspiration on tiny little things that you could do that aren't insane or that difficult. All they require is a small little swap or a small little add-in, and it can just boost your mood, boost your hormone health, boost your overall wellness, and make your life better. So I'm really curious to hear from you guys which tiny little habits you love. If there's anything that I missed that you do on a regular basis that feels small and accessible and easy that you would recommend to anyone else who's watching. And also would love to know which of the ones I shared stuck with you the most and which one you are thinking of adding into this new chapter of your life to help you feel like your best, glowiest, healthiest, most badass self, because we all deserve to feel good. And that's the whole point of this video. I wanted it to feel accessible and within reach, and it can be just a small little shift. Maybe you didn't know about the power of spearmint tea, or about adding electrolytes, or even the essential oils that I put in my bed, or the Kindle app that you can have on your phone. There's a lot of little things that sometimes we do on autopilot. I might do these things on autopilot, but other people might not even think to do them. So that's why I wanted to share this, and hopefully Hopefully it helped you and inspired you. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed and you stuck around until this point in the video, let's be YouTube friends. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next week with another video.